Bill Paxton plays a good man in a small town. He's got a job, he's got a wife, he's got a baby on the way, he's a nice guy. And on one New Year's Day, he, along with his loser brother and his brother's loser friend, go out to their parents' grave. And on the way back home, they get into a car crash, and they chase after a fox into the woods, and they happen upon a plane. And this crashed plane has a bag of money in it, which contains over $4 million. Now, the consequences for taking this money are unknown. It's possible that they could go to jail. But after much debate, they decide Bill Paxton's going to sit on the money and we're going to wait it out and see if anyone's coming after it. Things go wrong. One of the more interesting types of characters in fiction is someone who starts off one way and then goes through a significant change in character. And Bill Paxton is able to make this change dramatically in a way that's believable. He starts off as this nice, folksy guy, he says hi to the kids, he's got a baby on the way. You like him. And when they find the money, he's the one going, this is stealing, we can't do this. But as the temptation of that money grows stronger and stronger, he starts doing more morally dubious things. And Bill Paxton is able to portray all the gears turning in his head, the thoughts that are making him do what he's doing. You see him going through this personal struggle, and as time goes on, you start to see his soul slowly die. But he's able to maintain some sort of remnant of what his character was at the beginning of the film, and it makes you care about him. You understand what he's going through, and you understand the complexity of what he's thinking about. It's not a black and white situation, and he has to make a lot of difficult decisions. Bill Paxton's a great actor, he's been in a lot of great movies, and this is probably his best performance. Billy Bob Thornton plays Bill Paxton's loser brother. And when we first see him, he's slow, he's an idiot, he's pretty lame, and he's got his stupid friend with him. You're thinking to yourself, this guy's useless, what good is he? Find out, he doesn't have a job, he's just drifting around town. He drinks a lot, he's kind of a recluse, he's a weirdo. But as the film goes on, we're reminded that this guy's still a human being. He has feelings and emotions. There's one scene that really changes your whole perception of him. At the beginning of the movie, you relate to Bill Paxton. This is some normal guy, he's a good dude, he works hard, and he's got to deal with these two idiots. There's one scene that changes all of that when you learn what life was like for Billy Bob Thornton. And he's able to make this character who seems like this weird recluse feel believable and like someone we can empathize with. And he also very effectively shows us the consequences to Bill Paxton's actions. And he also serves as Bill Paxton's conscience. He's the moral center of the film. Bridget Fonda plays Bill Paxton's cold-hearted and selfish wife. What's great about Bridget Fonda's performance is that someone might disagree with my description of her, but we'd still both be right. At first, Bill Paxton is asking her questions hypothetically, like, hey, what would you do if you came across this money? And she's like, I'd turn it to the police. We can't take it. You couldn't take it. That'd be stealing. And then he shows her the money, and then she's immediately like, we gotta keep that money. And she eggs him on to do lots of morally dubious things that he's not very comfortable with. Also, she can live this life of luxury. And her motivations are revealed, and someone might feel sympathetic towards her. I don't. But she feels human. And Bridget Fonda does a great job of giving layers to that character. Playing the line between cold-hearted and human. Now, if this were a lesser movie, she would be completely oblivious to everything Bill Paxton does. That lesser movie would probably try to create some false tension with him trying to hide things from his wife. But this movie understands that a story has to be about characters, about human emotions. And more importantly, Bill Paxton needs a driving force to make him do all these morally dubious things. And she also helps enforce the movie's message about self-interest. The movie shows that some people just don't know how to be empathetic to others, and they only really do so when it's in their self-interest. The way that Bridget Fonda interacts with Bill Paxton and Billy Bob Thornton, you can tell she just does not care about their emotions. And she wants to be detached. She doesn't want to know how they're feeling. And you can tell that she truly believes that this money is going to give her a better life. And Bridget Fonda just does such a brilliant job at portraying this sad, shallow person. This movie almost feels like it could have been an HBO miniseries. The morally ambiguous characters, the crazy events that happen, the escalation of it all, the layering that they're able to put onto the characters. This is an extremely thrilling and fascinating movie that keeps you on your toes the whole time. The way that each scene is able to get some kind of a reaction out of you, you're surprised all the time. And those little surprises keep you engaged. But more than that, we have fully realized characters, some of which we feel for, some of which we don't, but they're all fascinating. This is a great study of greed and how corruption can come about. This was quite a surprise. I expected it to be, just a solid, fun movie, but no, it was a lot more than that. I'm gonna give A Simple Plan an A+.